Hey boys and girls, how's it going? I hope you're enjoying your snow day. This is what it currently looks like outside of my window. Awesome, right? We're gonna go build a snowman later. All right, so here we go. We're gonna talk about fractions today. Woohoo, fractions. So a fraction is fraction. It's a ding ding ding. It's a cognate. Fraction just means that it is a fraction of a part. That means like when you break your hand, and here's your hand. Hello. When you break it, you fractured your hand or your arm. Anyway, whenever you break something into pieces, that's when you fracture it. You fraction it into pieces. So we're gonna pretend we have a nice big piece of candy. Hershey's. That's one whole piece of candy. We didn't share it with anybody. We haven't fractured it into parts at all yet. But now, I'm going to draw that same piece of candy. Try to draw exactly the same size if I can. And now my friend, who I really don't want to share with, but I'm going to share with, wants a piece. So to share it fairly, I'm going to break it down the middle. As close to the middle as I could get. So now, I have 1 out of 2 pieces, and my friend has 1 out of 2 pieces. So notice my piece is getting smaller, right? So now let's pretend I have that same piece of candy. I'm just gonna keep drawing pieces of candy. You know Miss Arama loves chocolate. So now let's pretend I have a third friend. Oh, I gotta break it up into 3 pieces now. So now I gotta try and cut it into 3 equal pieces. And so if I cut it, I'm gonna say it's cut it here and cut it here. I don't know, I gave that friend too much. Cut it here. Now I get 1 out of 3. My other friend gets 1 out of 3. My other friend gets 1 out of 3. All right, so now let's pretend I have that same candy bar. People just keep asking me for more and more candy, and now I have to break it into 4 pieces. Oh no. So now I'm gonna try and break that one into 4 equal pieces. So now I'm gonna say if I break it in half, I have 2 pieces. But if I broke it into half here and half here, those look like equal pieces. So now I have 1 out of 4, my friend has 1 out of 4, and so do my other friends. Now I'm starting to notice something, right? Here's my first piece. That was just me. Now, I know that this piece was probably my second largest piece other than my first piece when I was only sharing it with one person. Now, as I'm going down, I notice that me and my friend and I, if we put our 2 pieces together, it's still equal to half of the candy bar. So now, even though I'm getting a smaller piece, if my friend and I come together, we have half of the candy bar. So now let's pretend a 5th friend is coming in. And I'm gonna try and break this into equal 5 pieces. I'm gonna try. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Drew 4 lines, got 5 equal pieces. So now I get a 5th. This person gets 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 a 5th. Now notice these 2 pieces are not equal to these 2 pieces. See, this one's still a little smaller. But if I keep going and I have to share it with 6 friends, let's pretend. I gotta cut it in half. I cut it in 4ths. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, no, can't do that. Let me erase that. We gotta cut it into 6 equal pieces. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, so now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. So it's 1, 6, 1, 6, 1, 6, 1, 6, 1, 6, and 1, 6. So now I'm noticing something. I'm noticing that my 6th, my 6th kind of look like if me and 3 of my friends get together, I have 3 6. if my friends when I got together who had a fourth got together, I had 2/4, these two friends. And if it were just me, it would be a half. Now I'm noticing that this piece together, these two together, these three together are all equal to each other. That means if we came together, this would still be half of my candy bar. If these two friends came together, this would be half of the candy bar. So now I know that, oh, my pencil's running out. 1/2 is equal to 2/4 is equal to 3/6. And I'm noticing a pattern here. We talked about this pattern yesterday. I noticed that this is 2 times the amount of this. Now it's 2 times smaller. It's definitely not 2 times bigger. It's 2 times smaller. So now 2 times 2 gave me 4. And whatever I do to the bottom, I have to do to the top. 1 times 2 gave me 2. Now, I know that this was double that. Okay? But 3/6 is also half of the candy bar, but how did I get here? It's still half of the candy bar, but I can't say that I multiply 4 by 2 because that wouldn't be right. Instead, I have to go back to my original fraction. 1/2 is equal to 3/6. How did I get from 2 to 6? How did I get from 1 to 3? If you said you multiplied 2 by 3 and you did the same to the top, you're right. Because this is equal to 1 times 3 equals 3, 3 times 2 equals 6. So that's 3/6 of the candy bar is still half of the candy bar. What we're finding is an equivalent fraction. A fraction that is equal to another fraction. It's just a bigger fraction. Or we're going to learn later, it could be the numbers can be bigger. But it doesn't mean it's a bigger fraction. It just means that the numbers are bigger. So if I said half is equal to 8, question mark. How did I get here? What times 2 gave me 8? What times 1 gives me the question mark? I'm gonna leave you guys to answer that one. What if I gave you half and I said, find me another one? I'm kind of giving you a little pattern here. First we times it by 2, then we times it by 3. What are we gonna times it by here? Can we times it by anything else? Can you guys give me another one? And we could do this with any fraction. I'm just going to give you one more fraction. You could do this even with 3/4. Now I'm giving you an entirely different fraction. And I want you to come up with another fraction that's equal to it. Try to do the same thing with 4/5. Come up with another fraction that's equal to it. All you have to do, no matter what you do, make sure whatever you times the top by, the numerator by, you times the denominator by. Try and do that with each one. And let's see if you can find an equivalent fraction. Now, I know you guys want to see one of my animals before I go, so I'm going to show you my cat. You've never seen her, so I'm just going to walk you over to her. Here's my cat. She's been here this whole... Say hello. Yeah, say hello. 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 All right, guys. See you soon. Have a great snow day. Goodbye.